Alright, so get this. You know the Webbot said we're fixing to enter a period in the next several months, starting in sometime in 2012, I thought, where we're going to have like 2 major Earth change events, roughly, like every month. Maybe 2 big earthquakes, 2 big something, volcano here, something there, like per month. It's just going to be crazy. He also says that the planet is not quite what we've been taught, and it actually grows. It's a little ball, and it grows and grows and grows and grows bigger. If you think about that, expando planet theory, and look at all the continents, how they, we were told they spread out from each other, and they were once one little landmass. Well, if you have a ball, and let's say you put a little balloon in there, not pumped up yet, stuck it out of the side, and then start blowing the balloon up slowly, the ball is going to expand. Now let's say that ball, for this example, is just a pile of clay, dirt, sand, something, nice little ball, soil or something, and then you blow that thing up. As soon as you get a little bit of air in there, you're going to start seeing it crack. Parts of it will crack away from each other. So if you think about that, where these big earthquakes could happen, and we see where like the New Madrid Fault, it's basically a river straight down, it becomes the Mississippi. If you go over Google Earth, you'll see over the altitude, wherever your mouse is, if you start to go in the whole New Madrid Fault area up to the Great Lakes, it goes down into that whole area and then goes back up. So it's definitely pushed down. So if we have expando Earth theory, it's going to crack that and split that open, just as Edgar Casey has predicted. Great Lakes will then flood straight down. That also would help explain how earthquakes actually happen too. It may not necessarily be pressure up. It could be the pressure up, but again, you're expanding, let's say, a balloon in the middle, and it's popping outward. So stuff's going to crack, stuff's going to move, that whole thing. That would explain an earthquake better. Now, at the same time, it's not a balloon, but it is what he says is like some kind of plasma inside the planet, or that kind of reaction. I think it was plasma. Or was it, I thought it was plasma. Don't quote me on that, but it's causing, the sun's reacting to things in space, which is getting violent, which is causing our Earth to get violent inside also, which is causing the magma and all stuff to flow more, and it's actually expanding. The Earth is actually expanding, is what the key to this is. Now, having said all that, we know we're due for big earthquakes and all this stuff to happen. We're waiting the next few days. Is this going to be a big quake somewhere? Canary Islands, this, that, whatever. And someone sent me this on YouTube, so this is interesting. Strange phenomenon in Colombia, South America, smoke from the ground, September 29th, 2011. That's today. The phenomena appeared, paradoxically, with the last downpour, when a girl was burned with a piece of land while it was burning under her feet. Well, it says his, but maybe this is a little bit of a translation. Trying to locate the root of the flames, have not found anything, just more fire and more smoke. As Tilvey says, Antonio, a member of his community, the area has been cordoned off by authorities while the environmental agencies are trying to establish the cause of this strange phenomenon where the earth burns. The Committee for Prevention and Attention of Disasters, made up of several district agencies, are on alert because of this odd smoke and fire, which remains a concern from at least 15 families living there. They do have a picture, and I'll go ahead and put the link up on this. It's really neat. It's weird. It's like it's just like this really soily dirt road, and it's almost as if they set the ground on fire and then pile dirt over it, and the smoke and power of the fire somehow just pushed through the dirt. This is so weird. They're just standing there looking at it. Oh, I wonder what that is. Let me tell you what that is. That's called expando Earth theory, and that is called magma very close to the surface. And as we all know, it's the magma that comes out and creates islands and land masses and that whole thing. So rather than stand there like a freaking bozo in this little Colombian town and staring at the ground, boy, that's pretty neat. Boy, that's pretty cool. Andre, mira, ¿qué pasa, Andre? Look at this. And then they look down there, and you're staring at something that it's perplexed us. We don't know what it is, really. You can't figure out that the ground starting to burn out of nowhere Nothing crashed, nothing, no one set a fire. It's coming from in the earth for sure. You've gotten that far. And you're not quite sure what it is. Oh, I don't know. Magma, maybe? Hot flowing lava, possibly? Which is interesting because if this is not even in a volcanic area, and I don't know that it is or isn't, but from what I've read so far, it hasn't mentioned any of that. What does that tell you? That tells you that magma can be literally, what, 50 feet down, 100 feet down or less in certain areas of the planet? Now, this was from like 2008. I want to say Wisconsin, but again, don't quote me. I wish I could remember exactly where this took place. But I don't know if it was, I don't even know if they said it was an earthquake, because I don't know if anyone even felt anything. They just went out. Maybe there was, but I don't think so. So bear with me. This is 2008. I'm trying to remember. And they go out in this field that enters into a little forest. And the trees that used to be like this are now like this. I mean, all of them. Straight line. All the way as far as you can see. Straight in line. All the trees did this. Just a day or two before, they were perfectly straight. And there's a crack in the ground. And someone went back there like a year and a half later. And it was wintertime. And it was steaming hot from where the snow and the little crack was. And there was all snow all around. But yet it was still hot. And they could feel with their hands in the camera. Yeah, you could feel the warmth. There's heat coming out of there. Oh, I wonder what that is. Lava? Magma? Yeah. You want to stick around in that area? No way. No way in hell do I. Or would would you expect anybody to? That's what this is. That's exactly what this is. And at the same time, we have this massive volcano, or whatever the hell this thing is. Used to be a volcano. It's still active. In the Canary Islands, they got evacuation mode on standby, basically. And they just said scientists, as I did on my Blog Talk radio show tonight, scientists are saying, they're saying 99% guarantee over the coming days, most likely in a few hours, this puppy's ready to blow. That's what they said. They said they're giving it a 99% accuracy that they are confident that it's going to happen. Could that be the big web-bot event that said look out for the next 72 hours? But if it is, I don't think it's just going to be a little grumbling volcano that just kind of spills down some lava. I think this sucker's going to blow. And when I say blow, I'm talking massive earthquake type of blow. Possible earthquake / volcanic eruption. One trails the other. Both happen at the same time. Something is what I think may happen. And if it is massive, and it does take place over the next day or two, Comet, Elenin, whatever the hell that thing is, must have something to do with this sucker. But as I said, I said tonight in my Blog Talk show, I will do a final Elenin video on Saturday. By Saturday, which is the 1st, man, I think we've had plenty of time for this thing to go by, plus or minus 2 or 3 days. No alignment problems. It's a dud, plain and simple. And that's why I didn't come out as many times as I did Comet Elenin videos and say, I know it's going to happen for sure. I know there's going to be a big earthquake. All I said was, here's the evidence. The evidence is overwhelming. Earthquake, 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 every alignment. Plus or minus a couple days on one of them. And NASA doing their thing. President going there. All this whole thing. So, you add all those things and you ask yourself, what's the statistical possibility of that? It's astronomical. So they were concerned greatly regardless. I can say that much. But now we have this. This happened today, right? I mean, this happened right now. This story. Out of the middle of nowhere in this small town in Colombia. And we have the Canary Islands on standby for evacuation at the same time. Can you feel that in the air? There's something brewing. And I think it's fixing to unleash on us here shortly. And as the webbot said, if you think it's going to unleash and then stop, oh, thank God that's over. Good thing we don't get those maybe once every 300, 400 years. Wrong. Mother Nature's catching up because it's the end of the grand cycle. You're fixing to get a bunch of these every month, every couple months, whatever, 2 a month, until, I guess, we pass 2012, December 21st, whatever, I'm assuming, I don't know. Maybe that'll be the climax, I don't know either. But this is so interesting. You just do not hear this kind of stuff. And I remember a story, too, from, again, probably '08, maybe '09, I don't think so, but I think it was '08 also, somewhere near, was it Yellowstone, Caldera, whatever, where their boots, the ground was so hot that their boots were actually starting to melt. It was a little phenomenon. Happened twice, haven't heard anything else about it ever since. Now, it might be possible that the area's been roped off or something, you can't go there anymore. I haven't kept up with it. It was 2008 or so. Nor am I going to go trying to find out what's happening right now. I don't need to know. I can already see what's happening. The Earth is expanding, and as that process takes place, it's not just that dirt and rocks come up to form new land. New land is created by lava and that sort of stuff. So this is going to come out of the Earth in multiple different places. You're not going to want to stick around if you see that kind of thing happening near where you are. Trust me on that. Then again, maybe you'll get lucky and it will just settle down. But you will have witnessed it, the Earth moved, something happened, and then it just settled down. That would be luck. I'm not going to chance it. If I see that kind of thing, vents and crap all over Florida steaming up. Listen, Pastor Dowell, are these little vents and things steaming up where you're at? Any stories about anywhere in the area? Oh, no, nothing like that. Good. I'm coming up to rent a place up there immediately. If that was to happen in Florida. But there's not really volcanic activity or any kind of fault lines or anything in Florida. So I think we're kind of safe here, but you never know. That's all I wanted to share with you. Take care.